The lever-action rifle was once considered the smoothest firearm design ever created. That reputation was earned through 150 years of continuous use. But modern shooters discovered something. These old guns still feel better than rifles built today. While new rifles offer speed and features, they lack something essential. In this video, we count down 7 legendary lever guns and explain why shooters refuse to abandon them. Number 7. Spencer. Repeating Rifle, 1860. The Spencer repeating rifle debuted in 1860. Christopher Spencer designed it. He was a machinist from Connecticut with a vision to build a fast-firing repeater. Spencer patented his design in October 1860, just 8 months before Benjamin Tyler Henry patented the Henry rifle. Both men were racing to build the first practical lever-action repeater. Spencer worked independently, developing his mechanism using a lever-operated breech-block system that proved revolutionary. His innovation came from studying mechanics and understanding what military officers needed. The Spencer Repeating Rifle Company was founded in 1862 in Hartford, Connecticut. Spencer decided to prove his rifle worked by traveling to Washington, D.C. to demonstrate it to military officials. He fired it on the grounds near government buildings. Officers watched the rifle fire rapidly, loading new cartridges from a magazine inside the buttstock. They watched spent cartridges eject automatically. They watched Spencer reload by cycling the lever. Officers saw speed. Officers saw reliability. Officers saw the future. They were impressed and ordered 10,000 rifles. That order saved Spencer's company from financial collapse. During the Civil War, the U.S. Army purchased 200,000 Spencer rifles, making it the most widely issued repeating rifle of the entire war. From 1860 to 1869, Spencer's factory built about 200,000 rifles in Hartford. They could fire at 14 shots per minute. Confederate soldiers could fire single-shot muskets at only 2 to 3 times per minute. The difference was catastrophic in combat. A Union soldier with a Spencer could reload while Confederate soldiers were still ramming powder down their barrels. The Spencer chambered the .5650 Spencer cartridge, a powerful round for the era. It held 7 rounds in a magazine inside the buttstock. The gun required a 2-step process. Cycle the lever to eject the spent cartridge, then manually cock the hammer to fire. This was slower than later designs, but soldiers didn't mind. The Spencer was fast enough and reliable enough in all weather conditions. When the Civil War ended, Winchester purchased Spencer's remaining assets and patents. Spencer production had already struggled and failed on its own. Winchester bought the remains to ensure the design stayed dead and posed no competition. Number 6. Henry Model 1860. The Henry rifle arrived in 1860. Benjamin Tyler. Henry designed it for the New Haven Arms Company. He took the Spencer concept and refined it. He made it smoother, faster, and more beautiful. Henry patented his design in October 1860, just months after Spencer. Henry was an engineer who understood ammunition. He created the .44 Henry cartridge specifically for his rifle, making them work together perfectly. The Henry held 16 rounds. That was the highest ammunition capacity of any repeating rifle in America at the time. It chambered the .44 Henry cartridge designed specifically for this rifle. The .44 Henry had a muzzle velocity of 1,200 feet per second, impressive for 1860. The action was fast and smooth. The lever felt natural in the hand. The receiver was made from brass and steel with beautiful proportions. Just brass, steel, and simplicity. The gun weighed about 9 pounds, manageable for soldiers to carry all day. Confederate soldiers called it that damn Yankee rifle you load on Sunday and shoot all week. That famous quote said everything about the Henry's reputation. The Henry could outshoot every Confederate rifle fielded in battle. Union soldiers who carried Henrys could fire 8 to 10 times faster than enemies with single-shot muskets. Soldiers equipped with Henrys had tactical advantages. The Civil War proved the Henry's superiority in combat after combat. The lever action mechanism was innovative for its time. As you moved the lever down, it opened the breech and ejected the spent cartridge automatically. Moving the lever back up chambered a fresh round into the barrel. However, like the Spencer, the Henry required the shooter to manually cock the hammer before firing. Any soldier could fire rapidly after minimal training. The first true auto-cocking lever action, where the bolt pushed the hammer back as you cycled the lever, wouldn't become standard until the Winchester model 1866. From 1860 to 1866, New Haven Arms built about 13,000 rifles in Connecticut. That was serious military production for the 1860s. The Henry wasn't perfect. It was heavy and expensive at $40. The gun lacked a wooden foreign to protect the shooter's hand, and as the magazine emptied, the follower would rise up and force shooters to adjust their grip mid-magazine. A problem known as the Henry hop frustrated some users. But it was the first successful long gun repeater in America. The gun used copper casings, which were softer than modern brass. Number 5. Colt Burgess Rifle, 1883. Colt's manufacturing made revolvers. The Colt single-action army was the most famous gun in the West. But in 1883, Colt decided to build a lever-action rifle. They hired Andrew Burgess, a famous firearms designer who held nearly 600 patents. Colt wanted to compete with Winchester. That was a huge mistake. The Colt Burgess Rifle debuted in 1883. It was beautiful and strong. The toggle lock mechanism was actually stronger than Winchester's design. The gun chambered the .4440 Winchester cartridge. It had a smooth action and refined lever. The gun came in two configurations, a rifle with a 25-inch barrel and a carbine with a 20-inch barrel. Colt faced immediate competition from Winchester. It became the rarest Colt gun ever made. Only 60% were rifles. The carbine variants are often more sought after by collectors than the rifles. Many didn't survive over 140 years. Buffalo Bill Cody owned one. Serial number 285 was engraved with a custom image of Cody shooting buffalo from horseback. Cody toured America and Europe with that Burgess rifle. That single rifle became an American icon. Today, an original Colt Burgess sells for thousands of dollars. The Burgess proved that Colt could build a lever gun that matched or exceeded Winchester's quality. It just didn't survive long enough to matter. Number 4. Marlin Model 1895. John Mullen Marlin started as a gunsmith and made pocket pistols and derringers. By the 1890s, he wanted to build rifles. In 1895, Marlin released the Model 1895. This gun was powerful and chambered, the .4570 government cartridge, designed for buffalo and grizzly bear hunting. The Model 1895 featured a top-ejecting design. Spent casings flew out of the top of the receiver, unlike Winchester's design. This allowed shooters to mount scopes and optics more easily above the receiver. The gun had a smooth action that required no force to cycle. The lever felt buttery when you cycled it repeatedly. The receiver was thick and robust. The bolt was massive and strong. Every part was designed for power and reliability. The gun held 5 rounds in a tubular magazine. 5 rounds was all most hunters needed. If you missed, you had 4 more chances. Most hunters never needed the second shot. But if a grizzly charged or an elephant charged, you had 4 more rapid chances to stop it. From 1895 onward, Marlin has kept making the Model 1895 as a legacy design. While production continued through most of the 20th century, the gun experienced gaps when Marlin went bankrupt and was bought by Remington, then later by Ruger. Today, it remains in production as a classic design. Over 131 years of this iconic rifle design have passed. Only the Winchester Model 1894 has survived longer. The Marlin 1895 proved that a big-game lever gun could work. It could handle powerful cartridges. It could kill elk and moose and bear. Hunters around the world respected it. Theodore Roosevelt took powerful lever guns on his African safari in 1909. He preferred the Winchester Model 1895 in .405 Winchester for the largest African dangerous game. The Marlin 1895 in .45-70 was still a powerful and respected choice for hunters worldwide. Roosevelt wrote about his hunting experiences. He wrote about powerful lever actions. That endorsement from an American president made the Marlin 1895 and other quality lever guns legends in hunting circles. Today, the Marlin 1895 is still considered one of the greatest lever guns ever built. The gun feels substantial in your hands. The wood is high-grade walnut that has a warm glow. The bluing is deep and dark. Every part fits together with precision engineering. The gun weighs about 8 pounds. It's light enough to carry all day through the forest. It's heavy enough to handle recoil and shoot accurately. The lever feels silky smooth after 131 years. This is why shooters still choose it today. Number 3. Evans Repeating Rifle, 1873. Warren R. Evans was a dentist from Maine. He wasn't supposed to be a firearms designer, but Evans had a vision to build the highest capacity rifle possible. The Evans Repeating Rifle held 28 rounds. That was the highest magazine capacity of any rifle made in the 19th century. Modern AR-15s hold 30 rounds. The Evans did it in 1873, using mechanical screw-feed technology inside the buttstock. The cartridges spiraled through the stock in a helical pattern. Each time you worked the lever, another round fed into the chamber. The system was complex and innovative. The magazine system was revolutionary. Instead of a spring-loaded follower, Evans used an Archimedean screw. As the lever cycled, a fluted carrier rotated. Each rotation advanced the screw. Another cartridge moved into the chamber. It worked like a machine. It worked perfectly if loaded correctly. However, if a lead bullet deformed inside the screw, the entire gun was rendered useless and required a gunsmith to fix. This fragility was a main reason the military rejected it for service. The Evans chambered the proprietary .44 Evans cartridge in long and short versions. The Evans cartridge was underpowered compared to other rifles, but the gun was reliable and fast. The magazine capacity made up for the lower power. You could fire 28 shots before needing to reload. Most hunters would never fire more than 5 shots. From 1873 to 1879, Evans built about 15,000 rifles. That sounds impressive until you compare it to Winchester, which built hundreds of thousands of Model 1873s in the same period. The Evans rifle lost the market war, but the gun sold well enough to stay in business for 6 years. That was longer than many rifle makers survived. But Buffalo Bill Cody used one. Kit Carson Jr., a famous sharpshooter, used one. Both men praised the Evans for its speed and reliability. Cody said it shoots like a house on fire. Cody toured America and Europe with an Evans. He demonstrated its speed. That publicity from Wild West legends made the Evans famous. Today, an original Evans is incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Only 15,000 were made in 6 years. Most were used hard and many were lost or destroyed over 150 years. Perhaps only a few hundred originals survive. Shooters who hold one feel frontier history. The lever action is smooth. The magazine capacity was ahead of its time. A dentist from Maine created one of the most innovative rifles ever made. Number 2. Whitney Kennedy Rifle, 1879. Eli Whitney Jr. inherited the Whitneyville Armory in Connecticut. His grandfather invented the cotton gin, revolutionizing agriculture. His father, Eli Whitney, built muskets for the government during the War of 1812, establishing a manufacturing legacy. The Whitneyville Armory became famous for manufacturing the Walker Colt revolver for Samuel Colt, adding prestige to the factory. By the 1870s, Eli Jr. wanted to build the best lever-action rifle possible. The Whitney Kennedy debuted in 1879. It was strong and smooth. Many shooters said it was stronger than the Winchester. The gun used a vertical sliding locking block mechanism, similar to what Winchester would later use in the 1886 model. That made it more reliable with high-pressure cartridges. The design was innovative. The engineering was superior. From 1879 to 1886, Whitney built about 23,500 rifles. That was serious production. In 7 years, Whitney made more rifles than Colt made in 21 months. The Whitney Kennedy was successful. The early models featured a distinctive serpentine or S-shaped lever. That curved lever was beautiful and elegant. It looked different from any other rifle on the market. Later models switched to a traditional loop lever because customers preferred it. The loop lever was faster and easier to manipulate with cold hands. Shooters wanted speed over style, so Whitney changed the design. That willingness to adapt was smart business. The gun chambered several powerful cartridges, .4440, .4060, .4560, and .4575. Hunters could choose the cartridge that matched their hunting needs. The Whitney Company had a long history. Eli Whitney started making muskets in 1798 for the government during early American history. In 1888, Winchester bought out the entire Whitney Company. Winchester paid money for the Whitneyville Armory. Winchester paid money for the designs. Then Winchester shut down all Whitney production. Winchester didn't want competition. Winchester was the dominant rifle maker. The Whitney Kennedy disappeared. Only 23,500 were made. Production stopped in 1886. Only 2 years later, Winchester killed the entire company. Today, an original Whitney Kennedy is a collector's treasure. They're rare and beautiful. Shooters who own one understand why. The action is buttery smooth. Every part fit perfectly. The gun is strong enough for any cartridge you put in it. The lever action is fast and reliable. The wood-to-steel finish is stunning, walnut gleaming, deep blue steel reflecting light. The Whitney Kennedy represented Connecticut gun making at its peak. Number 1. Winchester Model 1894. Oliver Winchester built an empire on repeating rifles. He was a businessman first. By 1894, Winchester had been making rifles for 30 years. In 1894, Winchester released the Model 1894. This gun became the most popular lever-action rifle in history. From 1894 to 2006, Winchester built 7.3 million Model 1894s. That's more than any other lever gun ever made. The Model 1894 chambered the .3030 Winchester cartridge. Winchester designed this cartridge specifically for the rifle. Winchester wanted to create a cartridge that was powerful but manageable. The .3030 was a perfect match. It had enough power to hunt deer at 150 yards. It had manageable recoil that didn't hurt shooters. It was affordable to buy and shoot. Hunters could afford ammunition. Hunters loved it. The cartridge is still manufactured today. After 132 years, the .3030 is still the most popular hunting cartridge in America. The action was smooth. Winchester refined the lever mechanism. Every part worked together perfectly. The trigger felt good. The lever felt natural. The gun balanced beautifully in the hands. Shooters could carry it one-handed by the receiver. They could bring it up to the shoulder quickly. They could work the lever fast. The Model 1894 did everything right. It was reliable. It was accurate enough for hunting. It was durable. Guns made in 1894 still work today. Guns made in 1950 still work. Some hunters carry rifles that belong to their great-grandfathers. Those rifles still function perfectly. Winchester stopped original domestic production in 2006, but the Model 1894 was revived under new ownership by FN/Browning and is actively produced today.